Hello, how are you?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Great, thank you. Are you excited to be at the London premiere today?
Very excited to be at the London premiere. Yeah, you never know when you shoot things, in Europe, abroad. There's always hope that you're going to get good distribution, but it's never guaranteed. It's a kind of mark. The film seems to have gone down really well. We've had an opening in New York, and now we're having an opening in London, and I'm very happy to be here.
So what drew you to this particular script?
I think it was just a very fine piece of writing, which felt like a different take on the war films I'd seen recently. It was a very, very personal story about a community, and quite internal. It wasn't all about the pyrotechnics or the leaders or the politicians or the generals. It was about this small community, and I think on the whole, war. It's those people that get most affected. 99% of people who are affected by war are the innocents on the ground, and so that's what this film focuses on. And we get to know this rural, pastoral life in Belgium just at the early days of the First World War. The kind of rhythm of that life, the simplicity, purity, kind of innocence of that life before it gets trampled upon. So yeah, just a fine piece of writing and a lovely role.
Also, when it came to the cinematography in this, it looks incredible. When you're an actor acting in that moment, do you have a different way of thinking, it might come out this way, and when you see it, are you surprised?
Honestly, you don't really. When monitors first came out in this business, all of us used to rush around and have a look at takes after they, but I stopped doing that a long time ago. It just didn't feel helpful to jump out of it and have a look at what it was looking like. And of course, particularly with digital, there's a lot that gets done later in post to affect the image. So it's always been a leap of faith. It's particularly a leap of faith when you're dealing with sort of youngish, more inexperienced directors and DPs. And I was just blown away. I think the photography is absolutely fantastic. He's done a wonderful job. And in some ways, I think the film is a visual poem in lots of ways, and there's a kind of simplicity to the storytelling, but the images, those filmic images, tell so much of it. There's a lot of the film that takes place in silence, and it's about the way that world gets decimated, I suppose, and the more beautiful it is, and in a way the more tragic it is that it gets torn apart.
And did you have any memorable moments on set as well?
There were lots of memorable moments. We were a very happy company, and I kind of slightly occupied the role of Leonard in kind of guiding things a little bit on sets. No, it was just being him. There was a long period where we were shooting around the farm, and even though there were pretty horrible, traumatic scenes to do within that, I just used to like getting into his clothes and stepping onto the set and being with those animals in that beautiful setting and kind of living the life. So yeah.
And then two last questions, because I know we're about to finish. I've had a lot of people come up today, very excited to see you. Obviously, there are a lot of Game of Thrones fans here. What was your highlights of working on Game of Thrones?
Just coming back season after season, thinking hell, we've got global hit on our freaking hands, So we'd all enjoy doing it, we'd all disappear, and then you'd, 8 months later, come back together and say, can you believe what's going on here? How many Emmys did we win? How many So and reading the scripts each time, so it's a family, and that's a great thing about these series. There's nothing compares to Thrones in terms of coming back again, season after season. I was very lucky to be it from beginning to end, and you got to ride that wave because it just doesn't get better than that. So if you struggle not to enjoy hits like Thrones when they're happening, then you may as well give up. It was a joyride from beginning to end. And
then lastly, what else can we expect from you in the future?
Well, I've got a few things that just currently. So the Rig 2 for Prime Video, that's coming out in January, and I'm very proud of that. It's a really good show. The first season did great. I think it was the most successful UK show that they'd done, Prime Video. So that was fantastic. We're back for a second 2nd. Currently, you can find me on Last Days of the Space Age for Disney Plus, and there was one other. I was terrible. I've forgotten. Everything seems to be coming out this at the same time. Oh yeah, it's Silo. Sorry, Silo for Apple TV, which is coming out in November, I think. Going to a premiere of that next week. So, and I've done a couple of other things since then as well. So.
Amazing. Well, enjoy tonight, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Thank you.